Welcome everyone to the 23 trillion disability market session. My name is Jordan Saunders, and I'm so glad you could be here with me today. I will provide what the slides I will be sharing in the chat. We have people streaming live as well as via Zoom. I am going to put the PowerPoint link in the chat, as well as after this session is over, I will send you the PowerPoint as well for your records. All right, so now I'm going to put the PowerPoint link in the chat for anyone who is joining us. And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you all are joining us from. All right, so I just shared that PowerPoint that I will be sharing with you all in the chat. So you have that now. And I am going to share my screen. All right, can everyone see this okay? Great. All right, so my name is Jordan Saunders. I help organizations enter and expand in the 23 trillion disability market. A little bit about myself. I have been a speech language pathologist for over 15 years. I am the CEO of the Resource Key. I was LinkedIn Top Voice Equity in the Workplace a few years ago, and I have worked across 7 different industries, ranging from the funeral home industry to tech. I do have aphantasia, so if I close my eyes right now, and let's say if I said, let's visualize a horse, I am unable to visualize an image of a horse. So I'm unable to bring up those visual images in my mind. I have worked with over 300 organizations, including Fortune 500 companies like Verizon, top universities like Harvard Business School online, and also industry leaders like that Triple E. So I like to say, this is your moment. You've done the work and you may be thinking, what do I do next? You have shared the statistics, but here's the real question that I like to invite you to ask. Are people actually getting it? And if they're not moving, it's not because the market isn't ready. It's often because the message isn't clear enough to cut through the noise for them to understand what it is that you are saying. So when we look at the 23 trillion disability market, I like to invite people to think about, am I providing too much data? Am I giving too many directions? Why is the 23 trillion disability market? Why now? So why this market? So there are 3 things that we look at that are driving the 23 trillion disability market. Some of those things that we look at are technology. It's overlapping every industry, right? It's also from daily life to the workplace. The second one that we like to look at is by 2034, seniors will outnumber children for the first time ever in history. And the third one is the disability market overlaps 24 other markets. So this isn't a niche. This shift is reshaping how we build, how we serve, and how we scale. So as we look to the next slide, we'll look at some of the different markets, some of those shifts. What is happening, right? So right now we're seeing an overlap of the aging plus disability market. They're sharing similar technique right now. So they're sharing similar technology needs right now. By 2034, remember in the last slide, I talked about seniors will outnumber children for the first time in history. So at that point, they will converge, these 2 markets will converge. And that is huge, because then that makes the disability market expand even more. And that will become one powerful market. So when we look at some of the key markets that are driving growth, these are some of the areas that we look at. Assistive technology market positions businesses to solve everyday challenges like mobility and communication. This is a $4.5 trillion opportunity. When we look at smart home accessibility technologies, the smart home market positions businesses to improve daily living through voice control, automation, and adaptive environment. This is a 2.3 trillion opportunity. Wearables and health monitoring devices market positions businesses to support real-time health tracking and long-term care. This is a 1.8 trillion opportunity. The other two markets that we're seeing that I'll point out are accessible gaming market. This positions businesses to reach more players by removing physical and digital barriers. It is a 2.5 trillion opportunity. And the last one is the digital accessibility market, which positions businesses to expand online reach, meet global standards, and reduce legal risks. This is a 2.6 trillion dollar opportunity. So each one of these markets represents a growth sector, an opportunity to solve real world problems at scale. And all of these markets that I mentioned overlap the 23 trillion disability market. So if you haven't noticed yet, simplicity sells. We have to stop over explaining. We want to lead with value. We want to speak as if we're speaking to one person, even if we're speaking to massive amount of people, and we want to be repeatable and shareable. Those are some of the things that are key when we're talking about making your message move and making your message get to people so that they can understand it, what it is, and the value that you are providing. Speaking of value, that is the next one. So I want you to think about right now, what is value? What do you think about when you think about the word value? What does it mean to you? What words do you associate with it? I want to take just a few seconds to talk about what it is that you feel brings value. Now that I've given you a few seconds, most people, when they hear value, they think of price. But based on definition, value is about worth, not just cost. So when I think about value, value is the transformation you offer, not just what it costs, not just what your product costs or what your service costs, but what it changes for the person that you're providing value to. What is it? What do you name that value? Value could be access to your insight, leadership, and clarity. People will invest more when they feel guided, not just sold to. The value is the result someone walks away with, even if they don't realize it at first. So when you simplify your message and position what you do around the worth, it creates not just the price it costs, you shift from selling to leading. What next? To sum it up, say less and make it more clearly. Right? So say less and make it clear. We do want to lead with strategy. Okay, so leading with strategy is important because we want people to get that value and even understand why is this important. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, the reminder is you don't need to say more. You need to say it more clearly. You already have what you need. You have information. You have a wealth of knowledge. You have access to a wealth of resources. Now it's about how you position it. Simplify your message, clarify your value, and build a strategy that attracts instead of chases people away because they're confused about your messaging. What are the next steps? We do have a few different next steps based on where you are at in your journey. If you're ready to simplify your message, clarify your positioning, and scale with strategy, then the Lead at the Intersections Challenge is for you. I'll walk you through the exact frameworks I've used to simplify everything from how I introduce myself in 8 seconds to how I explain complex markets in one line, like the ones I shared with you today. This challenge isn't about adding more PDF documents or more resources or information for you to file away. That is not what the challenge is meant for. It's for people who are ready to implement, not collect handouts, not collect more resources, because the goal is to move you from, I know this matters, to I'm leading in it. The challenge is designed to move you to implement. Two, if you're thinking, I don't need another challenge, I'm ready now, but I need alignment. If that's you, then email me directly. I'm opening up a few one on one coaching spots for leaders who are ready for custom positioning to support their brand. I will share that follow up link in the email along with this PowerPoint. Three, if you are saying, I do want some resources to have in my toolkit, we do have 3 free community resources and you can start using them today. One of the resources is the 24 markets connected to the disability market. We talked about a few of those markets earlier. There's 24 markets. I just talked about a few of them. The other ones are in that resource. We also have the 17 principles to enter the disability market resource for you. And the last one is the 23 trillion disability market report. In that resource, also have some of the markets I listed today, as well as all 24, plus a chart of just all of the information that you would want to see high level how the 24 markets are connected to the disability market. No matter which path you choose, don't wait. The disability economy is already moving, and the only question is, will you lead or watch others lead in the 23 trillion disability market?